Hi, it's Corrine. Thanks so much for stopping by. Today I'm making several cards, and at the end of this video I will show you all of the cards that I made that are similar to these photos here. I had so much fun making these cards that I ended up making a few more and a few more and a few more. So these were super fun to put together. I'm using Altenew's potted shelves. This is from their small die and stamp of the month. And I have some speckled egg, distress ink, and Concord and Ninth cardstock. These leaves here are avocado and artichoke. So I cut everything out first. I wanted to mask off this cardstock. So I'm starting with a larger piece of cardstock than what I need. And I'm using, this one is 80-pound hammer mill. I grabbed some masking tape and I'm just masking off the edges. In the end, I will leave myself with a 1/2 inch border all the way around, which you'll see that in a moment. So once I've masked this off, again, I wasn't really measuring, I was just kind of going with what looked good and the die set that I was going to use, the rectangle die. Like I mentioned, I pulled out some speckled egg distress ink and a blending brush, and I'm just tapping it off so I don't get any harsh lines. And I'm just lightly going over this to leave myself a nice crisp white border. Some of the cards I did a little bit darker than others, but this one I believe I did fairly light. I just wanted a nice light blue. So I went over that several times, made sure I gave myself a nice smooth blending. And once it dries, it smooths out a little bit more as well. I'm carefully removing the masking tape. And then I will run this through my die cut machine using a Spellbinders rectangle die. Being that I'm going to put the pieces together, I'm just going to set that aside to dry before I cut it out. So here I have some poppy cardstock from Concord and Ninth. I have a fine tip glue bottle with Barely Art glue in it. And I also have a craft mat that I'm going to set everything on. That way if any glue seeps out, it's super easy to clean up. This blue is Oceanside, super pretty. Again, I'm using all Concord and Ninth. I have honeycomb, I believe, and spice cider is the yellow and the orange. And I did double all of the pots. I just wanted them to have a nice thickness to them. I'm using both the long and short plants, again using avocado and artichoke. I love those two colors together. Just adding a little bit of glue at the base and attaching my potted shelf. There are two ways that you can glue this on. It's whatever you prefer. I'll show another way towards the end of this video, because these have little pieces that make it look like a vase. So you can actually glue the leaves to the top of the vase and then add that little piece so it looks like it's coming out of the middle. I didn't think I needed to do that with all of them. I did do them on one card just to show, but it's just a little bit easier this way. It depends on if you want the plants to look a little bit lower in the vase or a little bit higher. So I ran a little adhesive across a scrap piece of cardstock, added those layering pieces to them, and now I'm using a detailed blending brush and using the same colors that I used. So in this case, I'm using honeycomb and just lightly going over it because I wanted a tone on tone look. I didn't want them to be a completely different color. I just wanted them to have a little added color. So for the red, I'm using poppy. Orange, I'm using spice cider. Oceanside for the blue. Again, just adding a little bit on there. I am cleaning off my brushes because I don't know which color I used previous. So I'm just wiping them off on a microfiber towel to make sure I'm getting more of a true color, being that I just wanted more of a tone on tone look. I do have a small scrapbook.com container over there. I don't know what they call them, craft container maybe. Those are great to work with. I like when I'm die cutting over at my die cutting station, as you're die cutting pieces, I just set them inside there. So now that this has had a little time to dry, I believe, I may not show it on camera, but I believe that I do put a piece of copy paper over it just so it doesn't get any ink on my die cutting plate, and cut that out. So that piece is cut to 4 1/8 by 6 1/8. I will adhere it to a 4 1/2 by 6 1/2 inch card base. And now I'm laying down all my pieces just to try and get the spacing as even as possible. I do like how on the left and the right side that some of my leaves are overhanging that blue inked border slightly. So I made sure to do that on both the left and the right side, and otherwise I just tried to space them evenly. So using the fine tip bottle and my reverse tweezers, those are so helpful to help adhere these down. And I'm also placing some strong magnets on them to hold them in place while gluing them down. I have a self-healing craft mat underneath that I turned into a magnet craft mat. So if you're interested in how to do that, it's a DIY project. I'll link that down in the description box. It's super helpful. So putting these in rainbow order, I do that, glue them down, and then I decided to go back and add a few foam pieces to the back of some of the leaves. But first I'm going to add on these layering pieces. And as I mentioned previously, you can add your plants or your leaves on top of the vase and then add this layering piece. I do it both ways in the video. If I wanted my leaves to look a little bit lower in the vase, then I did it this way. And if I wanted the leaves to stand up a little bit higher, I did it the other way. So it's just a personal choice. Either way, to me, it looks just as good. You can also cut the bottom of the leaves so they're not sticking out, so they can stand a little bit higher. But like I said, it was just easy to do it this way, and I love the look of it. So as mentioned, I do go and add some foam tape behind some of the leaves just to give it that dimension, and love how it turned out. And then having 2 layers of the vases, it just makes it feel more substantial. So I pulled out a jelly roll pen, just tested it off on another piece of cardstock that I had, and I'm going to add some highlights to my vases. I originally did cut out a pink vase as well to add to my little rainbow of vases, but I decided that an odd number of vases looked better than 6 vases, so I just omitted the pink. Here I pulled out Photoplay's Thanks sentiment, and I'm stamping down both a thank you and I'm touched beyond words. The I'm touched beyond words, I used broken china, so it kind of blended with the blue, and then the thank you, I love that crisp black with all that color on the card. For my card base, as I mentioned, I'm going to cut it to, it's going to end up being a 4 1/2 by 6 1/2 card. I pulled out a piece of Hammer Mill 110-pound cardstock, and instead of measuring at this point, I just held my main piece, my main panel onto it, folded my card, and then I'll take it to my large trimmer, trim off what I want, and like I mentioned, it does end up being 4 1/2 by 6 1/2, and that gives me a top folding card, which is what I wanted. So I added some foam tape to the entire back of my layering panel, and now I'm going to glue down my card base just to hold it in place so I can have the chance to adhere down this layering panel without my card base moving. And I'm just using some very lightweight tack tape. Sorry, I kind of had to get my head in it just to make sure that I was adhering it on straight. And now I'm using a scratch piece of paper to press it down because I was worried about some of that ink still being a little wet. I didn't want to smudge it. I used my paper piercer and added a little more dimension to some of those leaves. And now I wanted to add a little clay heart to the center of that middle pot. And these clear dewdrops, I'm addicted to these lately too. I love that they dry completely clear and they add a little bit to your card without taking away from the card. So I believe I added 6 of those. I added a few to the left and a few to the right. So here is this finished card. This is the first card that I started with, and actually, I did not add any to the right. I apologize, of the dewdrops. Only to the left. I thought it balanced it out nicely. Here's a close-up look. You can see that there's a little bit of dimension behind the leaves, and it's just a nice feel on the card with 2 layers. Here's another one that I did off camera. I also popped that up with some foam tape. I did a little bit smaller blue border. I popped each one of those up on a piece of foam tape as well, and I did double the vases. Here's where I show that you can glue it into the center if you would prefer. So it looks good both ways. It's just a matter of preference. And I stamped out a small thinking of you. Here's a close-up so you can see the difference. But again, I used all the same color cardstock except for the green. On this one, I used Sprout. For the inside, I finished it with that pink vase, which is so pretty, and stamped out, I just wanted to say hello. I used the Handmade by Corinne Posnick on the back. That was gifted to me by Altenew. They gave it to all their customers. I believe it was 2 months ago. I absolutely love that stamp set. So my next card, I needed a belated birthday card. So I made another card using Catherine Pooler stamp set. It says better belated than never and hooray for your birthday stamped on the inside on a piece of avocado. I added those same dewdrops, which as I mentioned, I'm obsessed with. And of course the clay heart to the center, and pop this up as well. I also have 2 smaller cards to share with you. The top layering piece on these 2 cards is approximately 3.5 by 4.5, and I layered them on a piece of cardstock 3 3/4 by 4 3/4. I did use a background stamp. I used Photo Play's Grateful background stamp, and I added 3 pieces of thick cardstock behind my main panel to give it that lift. Sometimes I use foam tape, other times I use cardstock if I have some scrap pieces of cardstock. And this one I stamped white ink in the back, and for both of these I used a stitched edge die by Lawn Fawns and stamped a simple thank you. So I hope you've enjoyed this process. I do need to go back and add a clay heart to both of these cards for the center vase. I think that would be the perfect touch. Thanks for stopping by. If you have any questions, leave them in the comments, and I hope you consider subscribing to my channel. Have a great day.